Hello everyone. So here we come with the second part of ECG. That is, what we can see is initially there is an event in the heart muscles, that is cardiac contraction. Okay. So what is cardiac contraction? जब heart squeeze करता है, that is cardiac contraction. तो द पॉइंट हेयर इज़ कि जो हार्ट है उसके अंदर इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी आती कहाँ से है, मतलब इलेक्ट्रिक करंट हार्ट के अंदर बेसिकली प्रोड्यूस कहाँ से होता है. सो देयर आर थ्री कंपोनेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू हैरिसन फ्रॉम वेयर द इलेक्ट्रिक करंट स्प्रेड टू द हार्ट. दैट आर कार्डियक पेसमेकर सेल्स, specialized conductive tissue and the heart muscle. These are the three component from where the electric current has been spread through the heart, okay, or produced. ECG और EKG रिकॉर्ड. जो ECG है वो एक्चुअली क्या रिकॉर्ड करता है, वो स्टिमुलेशन या फिर रिकवरी रिकॉर्ड करता है. स्टिमुलेशन मीन्स डीपोलराइजेशन एंड रिकवरी मीन्स रीपोलराइजेशन. अब डीपोलराइजेशन और रीपोलराइजेशन एक्चुअली क्या है हार्ट मसल्स में, वी विल डिस्कस दिस लेटर ऑन. You can see here the diagram of heart. In this you can see the four chambers, that is right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Okay, so here you can see there is a SA node, here it is AV node, and the junction between them is AV node junction. Okay, here you can see the ventricular myocardium, means the ventricular wall of the heart. Here you can see Purkinje fibers. Okay, so we have to see the pathway of electric current. Okay, so what is a pathway? From SA node, that is automaticity. It means जो SA node है वो ऑटोमेटिकली करंट प्रोड्यूस करता है, उसको किसी स्टिमुलेशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है ताकि करंट प्रोड्यूस हो. ओके, सो फ्रॉम SA नोड जो डीपोलराइजिंग वेव है वो जनरेट होती हैं. फिर वो डीपोलराइजिंग वेव कहाँ पे जाएंगी, वो जाएंगी राइट और लेफ्ट एट्रियम में जाएंगी. ठीक है, तो ये राइट और लेफ्ट एट्रियम में क्या करेंगी, इन चैम्बर्स का कॉन्ट्रैक्शन कराएंगे. दैट इज व्हाट इट कॉजेज द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ चैम्बर. So depolarizing wave from the SA node goes to the right and the left atrium and it causes a contraction of these chambers. From right and the left atrium, where it goes to the AV bundle. Okay, so you can see in this diagram कि ऐसे नोड से इलेक्ट्रिक करंट प्रोड्यूस हुआ या फिर डीपोलराइजिंग वेव्स आई, वो कहाँ पे गई, वो राइट और जो लेफ्ट एट्रियम है उनके चैम्बर्स को क्या करा है, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन प्रोड्यूस करा है. उसके बाद वेयर इट गोज टू द AV नोड. Okay, so after that AV node it goes to the his bundle of his, or his bundle you can say. Okay, so from his bundle these depolarizing waves goes to right and the left ventricular myocardium. Okay, so what is myocardium here? The muscles of heart wall, or the wall of the all the walls of heart is known as the myocardium. Okay, so ventricular myocardium, it then divided into the right and the left bundle. So here you can see that from SA node depolarizing waves to the AV nodes to the bundle of His, then it divide into two parts, that is left bundle branch and the right bundle branch. And here we have in the left bundle branch there are two further division from the Harrison, that is left anterior fascicles and left posterior fascicles. These are the subdivisions of left bundle branch. Okay, and this is a ventricular septum between the ventricles. So like this the depolarizing waves goes, okay, from the SA node, AV node, and later on as we have discussed. Now the depolarizing wave front, when it comes to the ventricle myocardium, or when it contract the muscles of the ventricles, after that where it goes, after that from endocardium to epicardium. Okay, what is endo? Endo means inside, epi means outside. From inside the valves of the ventricle it goes to the outside. Okay, outside of the heart, outside of the ventricle wall of the heart. Okay, so from endocardium to epicardium, then it causes the contraction of the ventricular chamber. Now as we have just I told you that we will discuss the depolarizing and the repolarization, what actually it is. So basically the depolarization is contraction and repolarization is relaxation. Okay, so this is an old diagram you have read from your physiology, that there is a depolarization, that the resting magnetic potential is minus 70, and then there is a threshold that is minus 55, and that is the depolarization happen and repolarization. Okay, so we know how it happens, but what happens in the cardiac muscle, we'll look for that. So as we are explaining the polarity or the depolarization or repolarization in the cardiac muscle, so what actually the basis, first look at the basis. Basically the sodium, that is Na2 plus, is more outside the cell and K plus is more inside the cell. This is the basic physiology, we know this. Okay, so what is the depolarization? Okay, depolarization means the polarity of the cell membrane is changed. Okay, so how it is changed? This is the polarized state of the cell. Okay, cell membrane. The more is the positive charge outside the cell and negative inside the cell. Okay, so what happened when sodium or Na2 plus go inside the cell? The polarity at the cell membrane changes. That is, the positive charge that is outside the cell before is coming inside the cell after sodium comes inside the cell, and the negative charge which is inside the cell goes outside the cell. Okay, so this is the state what happened in the depolarization. So now we can see this in the cardiac muscles. Okay, so what happened in the cardiac muscle? The base or the basal cardiac cell membrane is of minus 60 volt and the threshold is minus 40 volt. So what happened when sodium influx means or go inside the cell, I for inside the cell, I for influx. So when sodium go inside the cell or through the sodium channel, then it causes the depolarization. Okay, so how it causes, let's see. Sodium slowly go inside the cell through the sodium channels, and later on falling of the sodium, what go inside the cell, that is calcium, that is Ca2 plus. So how it goes? Through the voltage gated calcium channels. Okay, so what's the difference? It's a slow influx, means sodium is going slowly inside the cell membrane, or calcium that is going rapidly inside the cell. So what it causes? It causes a depolarization in the cardiac muscles or the cardiac cell muscles, and after that repolarization. So here we have seen that sodium is going inside, that is influx is causing, and the polarity changes and the depolarization occurs. When the potassium is going outside the cell, that is called the efflux, the polarity again regains, that is repolarization, means the polarity of the cell is coming back again. Okay, so let's see in the cardiac muscles. The potassium, that is voltage gated potassium channel opens, and the K, that is K plus efflux, means potassium is going outside the cell, and the calcium channel which have opened in the depolarization are now get closed. Okay, in the repolarization. So this is basically happen in the cardiac muscles. Also later on, when after the threshold has been reached, these all activity happen, and then threshold is coming back, that is in the repolarization state, and the potassium channels are also closed. Sodium calcium channels are closed here, which are opened before, and now the potassium channels are also closed. So this is a basic depolarization and repolarization activity that is happening in the cardiac muscles. Okay, sodium influx, calcium influx, then potassium efflux. So this happen in the cardiac muscles. Now let's see what the different waves or the different point in the ECG tells what. The P wave denotes the atrial depolarization. The QRS complex denotes the ventricular depolarization. The ST segment, which we usually say, is not just the ST segment, but it is also the ST-TU-V complex. Okay, so what it includes? It includes the ST segment, T wave and the U wave. And what it denotes? It denotes the ventricular repolarization. P is atrial depolarization, QRS is ventricular depolarization, ST segment or ST-UV complex tells about the ventricular repolarization. The point, there is a point that is called the J point. As you can see here, the J point, what it denotes? It denotes the end of the QRS complex. Here you can see this is the QRS complex, and the end of the QRS complex and the beginning of the ST segment. In between them there is a point that is the J point. Okay, so the end of the QRS complex and the beginning of the ST segment. This point is termed as J point. So here you can see this is a P wave, that is arterial depolarization, QRS complex ventricular depolarization and ventricular repolarization. This is a PR interval, and this is the QT interval, that is starting from here till here, that is before the beginning of U wave till there. Have you ever noted that it is atrial depolarization, ventricular depolarization and ventricular repolarization, but why it is not arterial repolarization? Okay, so the arterial repolarization you can see in the ST-TA segment. Okay, here it is ST segment that we have studied. So here it is ST-TA segment that denotes the arterial depolarization. But in the ECG we did not find the arterial depolarization. It is because of the low amplitude or the low detecting wave that is generated. So that's why it is not coming on the ECG paper, because of the decreased amplitude. So there is no deflection in the electrocardiogram. So but there are some conditions which led to the arterial depolarization, and these are the very rare condition that we can see where we can find arterial depolarizing wave in the ECG graph, and these conditions are acute pericarditis, arterial infection and AV heart block. These are the only three conditions where you can find the arterial depolarization in the ECG graphs. Okay, so why didn't we find? Because of the low amplitude deflection. So for today we have seen just the basis of ECG. So in the further lectures we'll explain this. Thank you.